everyone, it's Dr. Daria here. So today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about sitting. We talked about that in one of my other videos about getting your left ribs down and back. Because of the natural asymmetries in our body, we're going to tend to want to lean more to our right because these right ribs like to be more down and in. Because we have 3 lung lobes on the right, only 2 on the left, our right diaphragm is more domed and stable, and we have a nice liver holding it up, and the connections of the diaphragm to your spine come down lower on the right, so that's all going to pull us over this way and also kind of pull us more into our right hip. So I don't know if you can see, but what I'm doing is that right hip's being pulled back, and that is going to be the position that most of us, if you're a human being, are going to end up sitting in. Of course, we all compensate in different ways, but that's a really common pattern, and it may not even be obvious. Like here you can actually see I'm going to pull my left knee behind my right knee, but just sitting you might feel like you're level, but actually internally you're not. So if you do have hip pain or low back pain with sitting, you might try this really simple technique to just reverse that. So first of all, you always want a chair that makes your knees level with your hips, or maybe your knees just a tiny bit higher. So mine are just about level. If your chair doesn't go down or doesn't match with your desk setup, just put something under your feet to bring your feet up. That will make a huge difference because it's going to let your pelvis come to neutral. So neutral is that little tuck under where you feel your sit bones. So you might say, oh, well, I feel more of my sit bones here, but really you're just on the front of your sit bones, and you really want to tuck under till you feel more of your sit bones or the base of your sit bones. So essentially what you're doing is you're taking your pelvis, and if you're sitting forward in that arched position, your pelvis is tipping forward and you're sitting on this part of your sit bone. When you roll under, you sit on the base of your sit bone so that your pelvic bowl can become neutral instead of pushed forward. So we really like neutral. If you think of the pelvic bowl as a bowl, you don't want to spill any of the contents out. You want it to be nice and level. So once you have that little tilt, what you want to do is, and I'm going to turn towards you. You don't have to actually turn. I'm just turning so you can see. You roll your pelvis under, and then you're going to bring your left knee slightly in towards your right knee. So all I'm doing is I'm just bringing my left knee in a little bit and back a little bit. So the first motion is in this way, and the second motion is back towards me. So it looks like this: roll under, moving my left knee in and back. To make this even more effective and to get your pelvic floor involved, you can exhale to bring your left knee in, inhale to pull it back. And then just try holding it there. You should feel your inner thigh working a little bit. You should feel your left sit bone a little more than your right. And this doesn't have to be like 100% effort, like the strongest you've ever felt your inner thigh, because you're going to sit here a while, right? So you don't want to have it on to its maximum effort because you won't be able to sustain that. So try that and let me know if it works out for you. And if you have any success with that, if it helps with your hip or back pain. Thank you so much for tuning in.